survives 3 lifetimes on Earth.
Yes, you're more experts on love, probably, than I am. And you've been so great to come out tonight and listen to the stories and customs of spring in Korea. Well,
The oldest festival of that country, one that takes place in the spring and celebrates the passing of one lunar year to the other,
also holds a different meaning in the valleys of the province of Jeolla, in the town of Namwon.
if spring means love, then we'll say this is the story of how the fragrance of spring outlasts the change of the seasons. You see, Chunhyun means fragrance of the spring,
And this is her story. Now there was a wise magistrate named Yi, who was made governor of Namwon by the king, and his son followed him to town. His son was very kind and brilliant, and his name was Mong-yong. One day, Mong-yong took a break from his studies and called on his servant Pang-ja and said,
I have been here for several months and have not yet seen the places where beautiful flowers grow here in Namwon.
And why would a young scholar be interested in provincial things like that?
Simple Pangja, all great poets have gained from watching nature.
And so, Pang-ja recommended a number of places where flowers grew. But Mong-yong asked Pang-ja to take him to the Gwanghwalu Pavilion, near the bridge called Ojakgyo, named after 2 fabled young people who transcended into celestial lovers. Pang-ja led Mong-yong to the bridge of the 2 lovers. And as Mong-yong was feeling generous, he allowed his servant to sit and drink with him. Mong-yong imagined that he was waiting for his love of 3 lifetimes.
Then I am Hyunwoo, but where is my Chinya?
Just then, a young figure on a swing, one moment close to the earth, the next touching heaven, the way all girls did in fair weather, caught the eye of Mong-yong.
Who is that girl that looks like an angel?
She? She's the daughter of a Kisan, a poor girl with royal manners. Chunhyun.
Mong-yong was very intrigued and sent Pang-ja to tell Chunhyang that the governor's son wanted to meet her. Chunhyang relayed a simple message.
A butterfly sees a flower, a crab looks towards home, and geese see the sea.
Master! She cursed me in words I didn't understand. Geese see craggy holes, butterflies the ocean. Something like that.
Mong-yong was very pleased with this response.
It's a metaphor, like butterflies seek a flower, a crab its hole, and geese the sea. It means she wants me to go after her.
Mong-yong ordered Pang-ja to take him to Chunhyang-song that very night and forbade him from telling his father, the governor. Meanwhile, Won-mei, the once well-known courtesan, told her daughter of a dream she had, in which a powerful dragon carried Chunhyang to heaven. She said it was a good omen.
Who could that be visiting us so late?
The governor's son, Im Mong-yong, wishes to meet with your daughter, Chunhyun.
Poor Won-mei led Mong-yong into her home so late to see her only daughter, Chunhyang. What else could she do? Could you refuse the son of a governor? Could you? And anyway, Won-mei was brimming with hope for her dear Chunhyang. Alone, Chunhyang and Mongyeong spoke many fancy words of deep meaning and a profound interest. He wanted her, but she needed to know that it wasn't only for the spring. They called on her mother. Mongyeong asked for Woima's permission to marry her daughter, Chunhyang.
I can give you my approval, but the decision is my daughter's, not mine. I know that your father will not let you marry into such a humble family, and that you will take your exams before the king in Seoul and become a powerful magistrate. You, however, must vow that Chunhyang will be your only love.
And although Woima said very cautious words, she was secretly excited. Mongyeong's name means celestial dragon, like the dragon from her dream. So, Mongyeong wrote a pledge in fine calligraphy that said, "The blue sea may become a mulberry field, and the mulberry fields may become the blue sea. But my heart for Chunhyang shall never change. Heaven and earth and all the gods are witnesses." And this she kept. So, the two young people became husband and wife in secret. In the spring, butterflies fly for the first time, taking off from flowering plants. But then, missing those flowers, they come back again and again. This was Mongyeong visiting his new wife as months went by.
Have you heard the news? Have you heard? The king is very pleased with Governor Yi's work. He has invited the Yi family to live in the capital. Mongyeong's father will be part of the king's cabinet. But wait! Mongyeong must go to Seoul. But wait! He can't take Chunhyang. It would bring trouble to his family if the great city heard of the lowly marriage.
I'm sorry, Nobu, but I must go to Seoul, beyond the mountains, to serve the king.
Will you forget me and take another wife? What of my life?
Chunhyang cries. To be so happy, and then so unhappy.
Do not worry, my wife. I shall return. As soon as I have passed the exams in Seoul and in favor of the king.
Chunhyang hands him a jade ring.
My love will be as unchanging as the color of jade.
Mongyeong hands her a mirror.
My love will be as true as a mirror's reflection.
The lovers embrace. Then Mongyeong leaves Namwon. Governor Yi has left to the city of Seoul. A new magistrate has come to replace Mongyeong's father as governor of Namwon. But he shocks his advisors. He asks to see the courtesans before the ministers. He kills the prisoners and any servants he finds displeasing. When he is done and bored of his talented concubines, he says,
I've heard of a courtesan more beautiful than any of these. Bring me Chunhyang, the girl from Namwon I've heard of.
This might be difficult, sire. Chunhyang, daughter of Wome, was secretly married to the son of the former magistrate.
What? Did he take her away with him to Seoul then?
No, sire, she is here with her mother.
And her mother's a kisan. Thus, by law, Chunhyang is also a courtesan. She cannot refuse me. Bring her here at once.
the governor lusts after a fruit that's not his to bite. Here comes poor Chunhyang, dragged in before the governor. Governor Pyong asks her to court him, like his other mistresses. Could you refuse a governor this cruel? How about you?
Forgive me. I am committed to Lee Mong-yeong. A married woman must love one man, just as a magistrate must serve one king.
The governor is outraged. He calls for her to be beaten. Chunghyung is terrified. She sees the servant approaching with a stick. She yells,
Wait, what wrong have I done? What law have I broken?
You are the daughter of a courtesan. So by law, you are also a courtesan. You have no right to refuse a governor.
He signals to his servant. The servant picks up his rod. He heaves and ta!
He strikes her once.
Please, I can only love one man.
Ta! He strikes her twice.
Deva, I can't love twice.
Ta! He strikes her 3 times.
You refuse me a third time?
Yes.
Ta! The governor's outrage grows. Chunghyung's vision is blurred, but her love is as constant as the color of jade. Ta! Unconscious, she is taken away to the prison cell.
The new governor's rule has begun with blood. Meanwhile, in Seoul, Mong-yong studied deeply the principles of Confucius. He practiced his writing and his characters and all great thoughts that have been written. When all the scholars journeyed to the capital to take the state exam, the king's scholar unveiled 2 words and asked that they improvise a poem. When the king's scholar saw how impressive Mong-yong's work was, he called Mong-yong to go before the king.
You have demonstrated great wisdom, Yi Mong-yong. Exactly the kind of scholasticism I need to rule my kingdom. How would you like to serve your country? Would you like to be a magistrate? A governor?
Thank you, gracious king. I would like to be your royal inspector.
Yes, yes. Then I'll send you out, disguised as a beggar, to inspect the provinces and bring corrupt magistrates to justice in my name. However, you must vow not to reveal your disguise to anyone until your work is done.
I swear, I will keep the truth secret from every person until my task is done.
Mong-yong, disguised as a beggar, secret inspector to the king, took imperial troops along with him, also in disguise, should he need them to do the king's will.
Woman is praying day and night for her daughter to survive, for her son-in-law to succeed and come back and save her daughter. But now she is interrupted by a man in beggar's clothes.
Aish, shoo, you shameless beggar. Don't you know that I suffer more than anyone in Namwan? Yes, we have all become poor since the new governor has demanded a share of our food. And now, he asks that I give him my daughter as well. And she has been beaten for refusing him. Soon, she will die.
The governor has taken my wife.
Now, Wolme recognizes that it is her son-in-law, Mong-yong, disguised as a beggar. Her heart is broken. She prayed for him to become a minister, and now he appears powerless. She falls to the floor and demands,
What happened?
My family met with much misfortune in Seoul, and I've been begging ever since. Please, tell me where Chunghyung is.
My poor son, she has been in prison. I will take you to her tonight, before she is killed.
Oh, it's okay. Oh no, my beloved wife.
Wolme bribes the guards to let her and this beggar visit the unfortunate girl, Chunghyung. They see what has become of her miserable wife. Mong-yong feels ashamed at having ever left.
Oma? Oma, is that you? Who is this beggar?
Chunyoung,
She sees that it is her husband, sees that he has been reduced to nothing, but is brought no lower than she has been already. She tells him,
The governor has wanted me, but I refused him. And so he has decided not to look at me again until his birthday, where he will have me killed at the feast. Please, just take my body when I am dead. That is all the dignity that I want.
the lovers hold hands and weep, but he cannot stay too long. The guards will soon come. He tells his wife to be strong. Then Monyong and Wolme leave the prison. It is today of the governor's birthday feast. See how magistrates from all the neighboring provinces have been invited to dine with him. The courtesans are entertaining them. There is plenty of food. Here comes Monyong, dressed as a beggar. He tries to get into the pavilion.
I'm hungry. Please, may I sit and eat with you?
What? A beggar? Send him away or kill him.
Wait, seeing as it is your birthday, I would like to improvise a poem for you. If I do, could I join the feast?
The magistrates tell him to let this beggar write a poem. His writing will be so terrible and clumsy, and they'll have such a good laugh before disposing of this beggar, as is proper.
All right then, write me a poem. It must have the two words, goblets and banquet.
Monyong was given paper and a brush, and he wrote quickly and elegantly. He showed his work to the magistrates. They passed it around in shock. The poem was beautiful, but it left them terrified. Finally, they passed it to the governor, who read the words,
This beautiful wine in golden goblets is the blood of 1,000 people. This magnificent meat on these jade tables is the flesh and marrow of 1,000 lives! Burning in this banquet hall, the tears of the hungry people pour from their sunken eyes. Even louder than the noisy song of these courtesans resounds the complaints of the oppressed peasants.
It was read aloud, and the magistrates became uneasy, suspecting that this royal official might actually be a royal official of great authority.
They get up one by one, saying, I have very urgent